athletics.
Before kick, let's get the pregame thoughts of head coach Jake Dickert, presented by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Earn bragging rights at Northern Quest in Spokane, Washington, with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. Now with Coach, here's Chris King.
Coach, to begin with, a short week after an emotional Apple Cup victory, how has it been turning the page on that win and gearing up to face an undefeated San Jose State team tonight?
Well, I think that's the best recipe for moving on. Is it's a game 6 days after a big win. I thought our guys did a great job this week in the short week of just moving on and understanding that that was one football game, that was one win, and we got another really quality opponent that's 3-0. They're playing great football on both sides of the ball, and you just immediately snap back and be in that competitive mode and understanding that we got an opportunity that deserves our best this Friday night, and it's just one of those things we're just excited to get out on the field.
And then for the team, expecting a big return here with Lili Fa'amoe.
Yeah.
What will that mean to have him available for the squad?
Lili is a captain. He's one of those guys that works harder than anybody else, and he's been through a long road. So it's just inspirational, I think, for our whole team to see him come full circle. He's been working his tail off to get to this point. I'm so proud of that kid, and I can't wait to see him tonight finally play ball because he's been doing it for so long. It's going to be something really, really big.
What will it take? You've mentioned it this week through these games so far, especially the last two. The passing game hasn't been in rhythm like you'd like. What would it take to kind of get that in sync?
Well, it's got to start early, and I think it's just more so quick throws. You know, I think some of it designed, some of it getting the ball out of John's hands, some of taking advantage. They love soft and off coverage on the outside, so take what's given, some quick screens, some tempo. We want to play with an urgency tonight, and I think just finding a rhythm early in the pass game will be big. You know, John has been pretty good taking care of the ball, but both mistakes came early in those football games. So we need to take care of the ball tonight because San Jose has 10 takeaways, and you know they're one of the best in the country at taking the ball away from your offense.
On the flip side, for San Jose State, they have former Coug Emmett Brown as their starting quarterback. What will it take to make him uncomfortable in this game, to make life tough for him?
Well, we've seen Emmett a bunch of times. I mean, I think he has a really quick release. He sees coverages really well. He's a really ultimate competitor, but we have to move his feet. We have to get things to crush the pocket. We can't just let them go simply through their RPO game and their progressions, but they will take the ball downfield tonight more than any other team that we see really throughout the whole season. So they have a great receiver in the Nash kid. We got to be able to contain them. I mean, they're going to target them probably 15 times tonight, and our guys are ready to step up to that challenge, and it's going to be a big matchup between him and Capenna.
They've struggled to run the ball this year. How much of an emphasis is to make that weakness continue as a trend for them here tonight?
Yeah, I think it's important. Anytime you're an RPO team, if you can cut off the R, you can kind of plan for what they're going to do. So it's artful. You know, Coach Menning's got to, be detailed on when to attack them, when to lay back, when to drop some more guys into coverage and lanes, and just making sure that we're suffocating these guys out. So keeping them in, designating passing situations versus 2nd and 4, it'll be a big deal as far as how we can attack, using our defensive scheme.
What else haven't we touched on that you think is going to be crucial tonight for the Cougs to come away with a victory?
I just think, even if we get off to a slow start, don't panic. Let's keep working through this game plan. It's a different style of football than we played, last week, obviously in the Apple Cup. And then we got to go out there and finish. If we can have more game changers than them, they've thrived on it so far this season. And I'm talking, plays over 20 yards and takeaways. So we take care of the ball. We plan for 60 minutes. We go out there and finish and play our style and our brand. It's all about what we do tonight, Chris, and that's been the message all week. This is a player-led football team, and you're going to see that on the field tonight.
Thanks so much for the time, as always, and best of luck tonight.
Go Cougs.
Your morning shave with Barbasol is a time for self-reflection. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, can I make a real difference in this world? Of course you can. Just not today. There's football on. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hampton Inn Pullman is just a short drive from the WSU campus, centrally located to restaurants and shopping. They've got you covered for all your lodging needs with their spacious rooms, famous Hampton waffles, a cozy outdoor patio, a gift shop for all your Cougar gear needs, and the friendliest staff in town to make you feel right at home. Visit HamptonByHilton.com to reserve a room for your next trip to the Palouse. Coug owned and Coug managed. It matters where you stay. Hampton Inn Pullman. Hilton for the stay.
Hey, you guys, this is Mike Utley, and you're listening to Washington State football.
With the WSU debit card from Giza, it's hard to tell who's supporting who. When Coug fans use their WSU card, they show off their Coug pride, and donations are made back to Cougar athletics. But the card supports the Coug fan with big savings by helping them grow their money with Smart Plus checking. So, does the card support the Coug fan, or does the Coug fan support the card? It doesn't matter. All that matters is that the WSU card supports Cougar athletics and your wallet at the same time. Get your WSU card at Giza.com. Checking account transaction requirements, terms and conditions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
The Cougs getting ready to take the field. The lights are on here in Pullman. Friday night, Palouse after dark. Washington State taking on San Jose State in a battle of undefeated teams. Both squads 3-0. Well, right now we're approaching the top of the hour. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Washington State football. Well, let's head down to the field to Jessamine McIntyre. Jess, one of the big stories that, we've been talking about injury-wise through fall camp into the start of the season. We haven't seen outstanding right tackle Lili Fa-Moe yet. What's the latest on 79?
Well, we've got some good news. As we saw him for the first time in pads, cleats, and completely dressed for the game last week, he didn't see the field, but once again is available to play this week. I've been told it would be a slow work back in. They're keeping him healthy and just making sure that he can completely be present and healthy when he's on the field. We will see him today. It won't be in a starting position, but at right tackle, number 79 will be present.
Well, good stuff there, and Lili Fa-Moe on the Outland Award watch list. Jake Dicker described him as the anchor of the offensive line, one of the best right tackles in the country. And Alex, that's just so encouraging to think about how the offensive line has played without him and what it will mean. We're just 3 games in the season right now. This is week 4 to add him in for the rest of the year.
I think Coach Jared Castor's done a fantastic job with that group. And the starting 5 that's been in, to your point, has played really well. Only 2 sacks given up on the season, run the football really well, especially considering all, everything from last year, right? Couldn't run the football, felt like protection was an issue at times, and really it's the same faces, right, coming back. And without Lili on the field, that group's been really solid. And that's a little bit of the question mark too, right? How do you work Lili back in to a group that's been playing really well? And that's why Coach Castor gets paid the big bucks. He gets to figure that out, but in the end you get 6 players. You have 6 guys you can trust, and with Christian Hilborn can play pretty much any position, which is really, really good to have as kind of your 5th, 6th guy to mix in wherever you need him.
Hilborn, his athleticism really allows him that versatility, and it's worth mentioning again these guys where the offensive line never gets enough credit, but you think about how clean they have kept John Mateer, the job they have done without Lili Fa-Moe. So we've seen Esapole at left tackle. Older brother Tony, of course, Coug fans remember him, but Essa, a guy who didn't start playing football until 4 years ago. Then at left guard has been Rod Tialavea. He was high school teammates in Utah with Christian Hilborn, so kind of that instant chemistry there. Devin Killaney has waited his time. 5th year in the program. from Lake Stevens, the starting center. You know, for him, the Apple Cup victory was his suite. For him, is any Cougar just someone who has grown up as a Coug fan, what it means to be a part of this program. Brock Dew at right guard. He was on the scout team with Devin Killaney as freshman, and they've worked their way up. They have bought their time, and here they are. And then Christian Hilborn at right tackle. It was an interesting note, I thought, last week that Christian Hilborn had played the most Apple Cup snaps of any player. So that offensive line, again, I just think it's worth repeating for all of them the really admirable job that they have done through 3 games.
And Jake Dickert had told us coming into the season that, hey, this was kind of the time, right? This group had, to your point, been together on scout team. They've been groomed in the weight room. They've done all the work and the things, and they felt like, okay, this is the year where hopefully it all comes together. And so far it has. And, you know, as you go down that list, I think it's so interesting, the different stories. I mean, Esapole not playing football, him coming out of junior college here, mostly because Tony called the staff, was like, hey, my brother's a good-looking athlete. Maybe you want him. And sure enough, the Cougs take him with the idea that, hey, guys his size and athleticism at 6'7", 320 pounds don't fall off trees, so we got to try and make this work. And they kind of threw him to the wolves last year a little bit. Hey, let's go figure it out at left tackle. And it's really paying off because Pole's playing really well so far this year. You talked about Devin Killaney. I have been so impressed with him. It is so hard to come in as a new center and have the level of control and command he has pre-snap and then post-snap as he's making checks and calls, and then physically being able to get to the spot he needs to be, especially when in an offense where you move fast, right? You go tempo, you have all these things, you got a new quarterback behind you, so like that guy's learning a little bit. Look, unsung hero, kind of MVP of this offense is Devin Killaney, in my personal opinion.
I think that is well said. Well, we've got the national anthem coming up, which means we will take a timeout, inching closer to kickoff here at Giesa Field. Washington State hosting San Jose State. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Washington State football from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This Washington State University sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Pullman Regional Hospital, the official hospital of Washington State Athletics. The combined expertise of our university and our award-winning hospital are being deployed to provide greater access to resources, education, employment opportunities, and innovations to improve health care and health outcomes for all of us. Learn more at pullmanregional.org. Pullman Regional Hospital and Washington State, partners in excellence.
You'd think giving away a Mercedes would be reason enough to stop by Northern Quest on September 28th. But word on the street is you're still scheduled to stay in and stare at your phone that night. So we got Dave, Ken, and Molly to host the grand prize drawing. We're even throwing a Royale rollout party beforehand with $2 beers and hot dogs and a chance to win swag and bonus entries. The Mercedes Royale giveaway with Dave, Ken, and Molly. Details at northernquest.com.
This is Cougar Football on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Coors Light. Choose chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. By U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is a proud supporter of Cougar Athletics. Together, there's nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Barbasol, America's #1 shaving cream. Close shave, America. Close shave, Barbasol. SeatGeek, official ticket marketplace of Washington State Athletics. And by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Earn bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest. Yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. It's game time on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Now alongside three-time All-Pac quarterback Alex Brink and veteran sideline reporter Jessamine McIntyre, here's the voice of the Cougs, Chris King.
The stands are starting to fill in. It is family weekend here in Pullman. Washington State undefeated on the season, 3-0, looking to keep it that way, taking on another 3-0 squad in San Jose State. And one of the more intriguing storylines of this game, the fact that San Jose State starting quarterback was a Cougar last year, Emmett Brown. As we go down to the sideline to Jess. Jess, Emmett Brown was on the Cougar sideline. He was wearing crimson and gray last year at this time.
He certainly was, and an outstanding backup. I think that what people don't observe is what I got to see while I'm sitting down here watching the quarterbacks that are in the game. I'm watching Cam Ward and John Mateer, and Emmett Brown was constantly on headset. He was a coach on the sidelines, knowing he would not get in the game, but was absolutely in tune with everything. I loved watching him, and I'm like, who is this guy? I need to know more about this kid, because he was constantly coaching up his teammates, knowing that it would be a long shot for him to get in that game. I love to watch him actually see the field. A career high last week's 355 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's absolutely magnificent to watch him get started and really see his career, and that's no fault of his own for not seeing the field here with Washington State, just considering the talent that was in front of him. So there's going to be probably a lot of love on both sides. It's not some huge rivalry that we'll see some sort of issue with. Like we saw a little bit of chippiness earlier in the Apple Cup. Emmett Brown, fantastic thinker, fantastic quarterback mind, and I just really like to see him. I just wish him a teeny tiny bit of luck against the Cougs today.
Well, you really kind of echo the sentiments that Jake Dickert had this week, saying, hey, this is a kid who was looking to get playing time, and he bet on himself, and it paid off. He's a starting quarterback for a 3-0 team.
100%, and he's taking advantage of that opportunity. I mean, top 10 in the country in pass yards, top 5 in touchdowns. I mean, really is having a nice start to his year, and he's a good fit for what Craig Stutzman, the offensive coordinator, wants to do. Stutz wants the ball out fast. He wants somebody that recognizes things pre-snap. He wants somebody that can run RPO and fake the run and get the ball out of his hands accurately. And so all those things are playing to Emmett Brown's strengths. I'll never forget, this was, I do a lot of work in the offseason with quarterbacks at a local and a national level. I'm at a national quarterback camp. He's on the younger side. He's kind of like a year behind the class that's there, and the kids that are there that are going to be seniors are Noah Fafita from Arizona, Malik Murphy, who's at Duke, Caton Hauser, who was at Michigan State. I mean, a number of top quarterbacks, and I'll never forget, we're all standing there, we're like, who is this kid that's throwing the ball as good as those guys? And he's all of 5'8" or 5'9", but I'll never forget, he threw the ball as well as some of the best players in the country, and that's what stood out to these coaches when they brought him up here. And then when he got here, was, boy, he can throw it as well as anybody, right? Stature is a little bit of an issue. Obviously, his leadership characteristics are off the charts, so it's no surprise that he's having success. You just hope it's not too much success tonight.
That quarterback room last year, Cam Ward, John Mateer, and Emmett Brown,
right.
Looking to see what all those guys are doing this year. Another game, another matchup where there's a number of connections. So Emmett Brown, the starting quarterback for San Jose State, the last 2 years, he was a Cougar. You mentioned Craig Stutzman, the offensive coordinator for San Jose State, previously on the staff here at WSU, and their quarterbacks coach, Greg Burns, a former Coug DB, started for 2 years as part of the Palouse Posse defense. So a number of ties. Butch makes his way out onto the field, and Butch has some company. It's family weekend. There's a cane being waved around, I believe. That means Papa Butch is on the ATV with Butch as well. And I think we're getting to go Cougs here momentarily. We see how much Papa Butch helps out. He throws the cane about 10 yards away from him. Papa Butch looking limber out there. The Go Cougs chant getting started. The lights are on, pretty much in full effect. A beautiful mid-September night. Palouse After Dark Friday night edition. We will take one more time out. When we return, it's time for kickoff here at Gisa Field. Washington State hosting San Jose State. This is Cougar football from Learfield.
This Washington State University sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Pullman Regional Hospital, the official hospital of Washington State Athletics. The combined expertise of our university and our award-winning hospital are being deployed to provide greater access to resources, education, employment opportunities, and innovations to improve health care and health outcomes for all of us. Learn more at pullmanregional.org. Pullman Regional Hospital and Washington State, partners in excellence.
Bro, you go hard for the WSU Cougs.
What do you mean?
You're literally wearing a Coug jersey that you bought from the Coug store with your Coug debit card. And you don't stop talking about how every time you use your card, Gisa donates to the Cougar Athletic Fund.
I guess I do go pretty hard for my Cougs.
If you go hard for your Cougs, get your WSU card today at Gisa.com. Go Cougs!
Washington State football is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics. The airport connects Cougar fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
This Cougar football tailgating moment is sponsored by Brown Family Vineyards. Brown Family honors the legacy of founder Andrew Brown's late grandfather, William Bittner Brown. Every decision made, from farm to glass, reflects their commitment to premium Northwest wine and spirits. Whether you're visiting one of Brown's tasting rooms or opening a bottle in your own home, Andrew and his wife Courtney welcome you to their extended family, where good friends, good food and wine, and good times are always on the agenda. Stop by one of our tasting rooms in Spokane, Walla Walla, Seattle, Bellevue, Tacoma, or Portland, and get 20% off a glass this season when you mention WSU.
The Cougs just about to storm out onto the field. Here they come. A nice welcome back. First game at Gisa Field since getting the stop in Seattle, topping the Huskies in the Apple Cup and bringing that Apple Cup trophy back here to the Palouse. But it's about this week. Short turnaround, a Friday night matchup. Washington State looking to stay undefeated. Alex, you and I can talk about this in the booth. Jess, we can talk about this as the whole broadcast crew. Boise State, that is a tough game coming up next week. The team's not looking forward to next week, but if you can win this matchup, you can go 4-0. There's a big showdown on tap. There's a lot that's in front of this team still, but tonight, mission number 1, to top an undefeated team and to hand San Jose State their first loss of the year.
And again, there's an element where it doesn't really matter, right, who the opponent is. It's very faceless in that sense, because coming into the season, we talked about the landscape of college football and what it meant for Washington State and the schedule that was in front of them. All that matters is winning, and winning a lot. Because if you win a lot, you're in the conversation. And now with the announcement of the Pac-12, you have the brand and you have the recognition and all these things. But if you don't execute on the field, then the people on the outside are going to be like, well, we were right. You didn't deserve to be a part of the club. But if you win, and you win a lot, all of a sudden people are like, oh, well, you're right. You average 1.2 million viewers, a game, and you got a great fan base, and boy, you're winning, and all these things. And it's like, you do deserve to be a part of it. And we all know that, but again, you got to show it. And so far, Washington State has. And so now you get another opportunity. You got a primetime game on a Friday night. Even though it's a late kick, everybody watches this game because there's only a couple on. It's on the CW. That means everybody's seeing it. And so this is a huge opportunity for Washington State to go out and, again, show the brand of football that Jake Dicker and these coaches expect every week.
And speaking of the conference, we'll go down to Jess here in just a moment for the coin toss. Teresa Gould is here. The commissioner of the Pac-12 is in Pullman, and it sounds like there's a chance we might get to talk to her as well. So, Jess, we'll head down to you for the coin toss.
John Love is about to call that, guys. I'll turn it over to him.
That is heads. What is the call? He's calling heads. It is a head. You gonna take the ball? Yes, sir.
As you heard from Kyle Thornton, yes, sir, they are going to take the ball. But one of the things that I want to note when it comes to the captains for this game, Kyle Thornton, John Mateer, obviously, Nusi Milani, but big number 79, Lily Famoi, is one of your captains today, guys. I think that is a really good sign for his availability today. We have not seen him on the field. Expect to see it tonight. And the Cougs will start off with the ball.
Well, that is encouraging to hear about Falili Fa'amoe. So, a good sign there. Again, Jake Dickert has described him as the anchor of the offensive line. He has missed the first 3 games. Let's see if he makes his debut here tonight. Well, the Cougs busting out a new uniform combination for tonight. It is the white Wazoo script on the crimson helmet, the crimson uniforms. The numbers are in white and the anthracite pants to go with it. So a sharp look for San Jose State. They're in their white pants, white jerseys. San Jose State on the front in blue with the gold outline. The numbers are in blue with the gold outline. It is the white helmets, and they have the gold San Jose State logo on it.
I like the Coug look. It's got that Pac-12 after dark feel, right? You got the dark accents. They got the black shoes, black socks. Got the Wazoo, of course, across, which we all know. Gotta love that. Only worn that once on the helmet. It's looking really good.
As Jess said, a referee is John Love, umpire Mike Stevens, referee, I should say John Love, Henrietta Powell, head linesman, line judge Rick Troyer, back judge Steve Hudson, field judge Brent Bauman, side judge Hector Arias, and center judge Michael Marsh. Our weather, 61 degrees right now, wind 7 miles per hour. It's got that bite in the air. We mentioned it before. It's starting to feel like fall here on the Palouse. It is family night. Student section really filling out, and with family night, those events going on, more folks kind of filing in as we get closer to kickoff. So the student section looking strong. We saw plenty of people out. We got a great view up here in the booth of the RV lot. And a big thanks to our entire crew. We've got Jerry Kylo, our engineer, Jessamine McIntyre down on the field, Alex Brink, Doug Taylor, our spotter tonight, Chris King joining you. Thanks for making Cougar football a part of your Friday night. 6 days removed from the Apple Cup victory. Washington State looking to go to 4-0. Ready to boot things off is Kyler Halverson for San Jose State. Back deep is Leighton Smithson and Leon Neal Jr. Here's the kick, low kick, will bounce first at the 9, grabbed on the second hop, shoelace high by Smithson out to the 20. He's upended just after the 20-yard line. Tackle made for San Jose State by Dylan Lee, and the Cougar offense will get going. Alex, they have not had an opening drive yet this year where it's turned into points. We'll see if that changes tonight.
Would like a fast start for sure here. I mean, again, you got to get the crowd behind you a little bit. You're coming off, we already talked about that big emotional win. Getting some good momentum early is really important. Heard about a great week of practice all week. Sounded like the guys were focused. Josh Meredith, a lot of confidence off that 7-catch, 100-yard performance last week. You know, get some of those guys going in a hurry.
John Mateer and company ready to go. 1st and 10, opening drive of the game. Ball at the Cougar 24. Wayshawn Parker splits out wide. Mateer takes the shotgun snap. Quick pass to the slot receiver Josh Meredith. Coming off a career performance, he hauls it in out to the 33-yard line. It will be a gain of 4 for Josh Meredith.
I swear I wasn't in the coach's huddle. I didn't know it was going to Meredith, but I felt like Meredith, again, a lot of confidence. He's really shown he can be a steady, reliable player.
2nd and 6, Cougs put it on the ground. Pursuit in the backfield. Wayshawn Parker met almost immediately. That will be no gain there for Wayshawn Parker. Now 3rd and 6 for Washington State. Tony Freeman will check into the game.
A little bit of a slow developing run there. Kind of guard, tackle, counter. And good pursuit down the line for that San Jose State defense, who at the second level linebacker position, that's a strength for this team.
Trips to the right of Mateer. He takes the snap, shoulder high, has some time, pump fake, now will tuck and run, makes one San Jose Spartan miss, dives forward, he's going to be close to the first down. Originally the spot was friendly, then kind of a dip about a yard back. It'll be a gain of 5. Offense stays on the field. Right now this looks to be 4th and 1.
Nice job by John Mateer. Good coverage from the Spartans on that. Just wasn't there. He almost pulled the trigger. Would have been a bad decision. Tucks it down, and like you said, gets positive yardage close to that first down marker, and it's maybe even a little less than 1.
Opening drive. Aggressive decision from their own 33. 4th and 1 for the Cougs. Dylan Payne in the game. The handoff goes to him. He's got the first down and more. Makes a Spartan miss. Lowers his shoulders and gets out to the 41. He needed 1. He got 8. The chains move. The Cougs roll the dice. Alex, it pays off.
How about that? Dylan Payne in. We haven't seen a lot of Payne so far this year. We know he's a hard runner. Mark Ottawaya, the running back coach, going with the back early in the game.
Tempo from the Cougs, but movement on the line. This will be a false start against Washington State. So they got a fresh set of downs, but immediately a penalty.
Prior to the
back
snap,
to that 4th and 1.
False start. Offense, number 2, 5-yard penalty.
Heartbreaker from a receiver. Kyle Williams jumping off sides. Just cannot have that. Those pre-snap penalties. That 4th and 1 run. Cooper Mather's in there at the tight end position. Just a fantastic block. Haven't called his name a lot in the pass game. He's been a really big part of the running game that's kind of revived this year.
21 catches for Mathers last year. None this year. That will change at some point. But like you said, Alex, getting involved in a lot of ways. So it makes it 1st and 15 for the Cougs. Now at their own 36. No score. Opening drive here at Giesa Field. And we've got movement again. Flags are thrown. And the Cougs hoping it wasn't contagious. Catching from the Huskies all those penalties that they had in last week's game.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Devin Kalani, he had one of those last week too, where again, kind of the San Jose State's showing blitz. There's a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage, and John Mateer wants to get out of whatever play he's in and get into something else. And obviously, as a lineman, you're in your stance for a long time. You just gotta hold on.
1st and 20 from the own 31. Here's the handoff to Dylan Payne, and he gets tackled down to the turf. A gain of 4. Tackle made by Jordan Pollard.
Yeah, interesting in general. Again, you're seeing a lot of Dylan Payne. He's come off the field now, but that's more snaps than we've probably seen from Dylan Payne since the Portland State game, especially considering as much Wayshawn Parker and Javensky Schoenbaker as we've seen the last 2 games.
On the season, just 3 carries for 2 yards for Dylan Payne, so as much as we have seen. 2nd and 16 for the Cougs. Scoreless here, opening drive. Ball at their own 35, snap, play fake. Mateer makes one San Jose Spartan miss. Now we'll throw a BB pass, caught Chris Hudson near midfield, trying to fight for the first down, and he's able to get it. How about that? Stiff arm at the end. He could smell the sticks. He was so close. Battles his way to Spartan territory to the 47, 18 yards, 1st and 20. Doesn't matter. Cougs get a first.
Design sprint out play from Ben Arbuckle with John Mateer. Mateer just makes a guy miss who rushes free and gets open to find that Chris Hudson crossing route.
Here's the snap. Mateer with a lot of time. Flushed out to his right and will tuck and just get back maybe to the original line of scrimmage. And let's see here.
He's going to lose a yard.
Marked down, lost a yard.
And you hate that. Offensive linemen hate that because it ends up getting counted as a sack when you really just want to throw that. I mean, even if you get strung out on the sideline, all you got to do is flip it across the line of scrimmage, and you move on, take the incompletion. And that's one Mateer, as a young player, will learn.
Leo Pulalasi now checks into the game. So we've seen 3 different running backs here on this first drive. No score. Cougs, despite some penalties, have it in Spartan territory. 2nd and 11 from the San Jose State 48. Snap back, play fake. Mateer dances around, rolls out to his right, and this time he will just throw it away. So some pursuit from this San Jose State defense, able to get some pressure on Mateer. Quincy Likioo applying the pressure that time.
Yeah, miscommunication there. Mateer's RPO. Mateer wanted to throw to Kyle Williams into the boundary. I think it was Kyle. It might have been Chris Hudson into the boundary on a go route. Mateer pulled it. Hudson was blocking, not thinking the ball was coming his way, and Mateer ended up having to scramble and throw it away.
Trey Shackelford in the game. Kyle Williams, Josh Meredith to the left. Chris Hudson, Trey Shackelford to the right. Cooper Mathers in at tight end. No running backs. Empty set. Cougs trying to keep the opening drive going. 3rd and 11. Mateer gets the ball out. Trey Shackelford makes a Spartan miss and will get the first down. The ball was caught 2 yards shy of the sticks. Little shimmy move does the trick. He gets 13 and a first down for the Cougs.
What's so great about that run after catch, Chris, is that I saw them working on that in pregame with wide receiver coach Nick Edwards.
Quick draw. Mateer up on his feet, tackle hard from behind, but he'll have the first down. Mateer, a design run. He makes it happen again. He gets 11, and the Cougs get another first down.
Yeah, quick QB draw right there, and they caught San Jose State in a blitz. They were running again off tempo. They get a big first down to Trey Shackelford. You go right on the ball with tempo. San Jose State, they tried to get a call in, and it was a blitz, and it came to the weak side of the formation. Mateer just ran that ball to the wide side of the field, picked up the good first down.
Mateer now 12 rushes for over 10 yards this year. 1st and 10. Here's the gift away. Sean Parker. Parker cuts to the outside, still up on his feet to the 15, to the 10. Will lower his shoulders and forced out of bounds inside the 5. 3 straight first downs for the Cougar offense, and here they are in the red zone. Wayshawn Parker rips off a 20-yard run.
Yeah, we talked about the pick your poison offense that Washington State has right now. San Jose State doesn't know what to do. They bring pressure. John Mateer breaks it, makes a run or a throw on the run. That time they go 3 down, drop 8, trying to play coverage, and Wayshawn Parker breaks the big run, breaks 2 tackles, gets to the outside, and gets the ball inside the 5.
Opening drive, Cougs trying to draw first blood in this matchup of undefeated teams with San Jose State. 1st and goal from the 4. Dylan Payne, the tailback. Here's the snap, play fake. Mateer will tuck and take it for himself. Gets a positive gain about to the 1.5 yard line. So the Cougs are in the red zone, which is brought to you by Rose Hour Supermarket. Shop local in Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Oregon. Rooted in the Northwest, Rose Hour's red zone.
Yeah, interesting play design there. It's kind of a RPO trying to throw a quick pass to Chris Hudson or Cooper Mathers on the right side of the formation, but if it's not there, then you're running quarterback draw to the backside. A lot of multiplicity in that from Ben Arbuckle.
2nd and goal from the 1.5 yard line for Washington State. Payne remains the running back. Design run again. Mateer doesn't even need to lower his shoulders. Steps into the end zone. He hits pay dirt once more, and the Cougs turn the opening drive into a touchdown. 6-0 Washington State, which was a long, sustained drive.
What a block by right guard Brock Dew, pulling around on the quarterback power. Mateer just walks it in behind big number 65 and number 30, Dylan Payne, the running back, leading the way. Really felt pretty easy for the Washington State offense on that first drive, which is a good sign.
Cougs look like they're going to go for 2 here. John Mateer out there. Dean Janikowski. Is he out, split out wide? It is Billy Revere who is lined up at the moment to take the snap.
Yeah, there's a penalty on the play because a Spartan threw John Mateer down late, and then obviously the Washington State players came in to defend their quarterback.
The touchdown is good after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. Number 8, San Jose State. Number 61, Washington State. The foul's offset. Each player has their first unsportsmanlike foul of the contest. We will now complete the try.
Christian Hilborn, as you said, looking out for his quarterback, Jordan Cobbs, who the unsportsmanlike penalty was called on for San Jose State.
You know why I don't like that? They know that Cobbs started it, did it first, and that Hilborn is protecting his guy, yet they flag both players.
It's always who responds, as Jess points out on the sideline. So the Cougs go back into a more traditional formation here. Dean Janikowski on for the point after attempt. Mateer still serving as the holder with Nick Haber out. Here's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good. Cougs jump out to a 7-0 lead. Washington State, a 13-play, 76-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 56 seconds off the clock. 7-0. Cougs with the lead, setting the tone early. We'll take a break. Return to Giesa Field after this. You're listening to Washington State football from Learfield.
Get game day ready at Rosars. Rosars is a proud sponsor of WSU Athletics and your headquarters for keeping snacks stocked up for game time. You'll find the largest craft beer selection, local and imported wines, and all the makings for your favorite cocktails. And while you're there, stock up on your favorite deli snacks, pizza, rotisserie chickens, and ribs. Don't just watch the game, experience it with your favorite Game Time foods. Get game day ready at Rosars.
Alliant Employee Benefits is the Inland Northwest leader in employee benefit consulting and brokerage. Alliant is a difference maker, providing employee benefit solutions and problem solving while helping companies grow and protect their business. Alliant keeps its clients on the forefront of the benefit industry's constant evolution while improving the benefits experience for employees through better health outcomes and more cost-effective care. Give Alliant a call and see what they can do for you.
Tonight's game is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Along with Alex Brink in the booth, Chris King joining you, Jessamine McIntyre down on the field. Cougs opening drive, 13 plays, 76 yards, just under 6 minutes. Get a 1-yard John Mateer touchdown run. John Mateer now with 5 rushing touchdowns. He entered today with the second most rushing touchdowns, tied for the second most rushing touchdowns for a quarterback in the nation. So he adds another to that tally. Jess, it is family weekend. You're down on the sideline. You even had a little interaction with Papa Coug.
Papa is here. So we got 2 Butches tonight. We got Papa Butch and we have Butch. And we just saw Papa actually crowd surf the student section. Well done, too, because that is not a light... I was going to say human, but no, that is not a light mascot to be tossing throughout the crowd. The student section is full and is getting loud. I will say that things are being thrown after each score, even after the extra point, as the Cougs lead 7-0 early in this one. But a lot of excited people here, and I think it's just going to continue to get rowdier on this Friday night.
Well, Papa Butch must have put on his Bengay. He must have limbered up because he made it all the way to the top. We got a great view here. Alex, I know you got your eyes on him. Now he's making his way down.
Back down. Oh, my goodness. Well, hope he makes it.
As we're watching, he took a little tumble. As long as the head stays on, I think everything's okay.
It's probably smart to do it in the first quarter, right, rather than wait till the second or third quarter when the students have spent a little more time in the stadium. A
little more hydrated or dehydrated, whatever it ends up being.
All of the above.
7-0 Cougs with the lead. Here we are at Giesa Field. 2 undefeated teams. The Cougs 3-0, San Jose State 3-0. Is Ryan Harris, who serves as the kickoff specialist for Washington State, ready to boot this one off. Jabari Bates back deep. Had a return for 39 yards last week in the Spartans' victory over Kennesaw State. Goes over his head, and it will be a touchback. We will see the San Jose State offense for the first time. One of the major subjects of our pregame coverage. Emmett Brown, the former Coug, spent the last 2 years with Washington State, transferring. Brown becoming the starter for San Jose State. And what has he done so far? Well, he's 4th in the nation in passing touchdowns with 9, 10th in the nation in passing yards with 915. 915. So 1st and 10 for San Jose State. Lights are on in full effect. San Jose State in their white uniforms. Cougs in their crimson tops, anthracite pants. Pistol formation. Brown awaits the snap. Here it comes. Play fake. Gets it out quick. Pass is caught by the tight end Jacob Stewart. Met up right away. Cyrus Webster there, amongst with a host of other Washington State players to help bring him down, but he gets 9. They call it the spread and shred, Alex, but it's really kind of the run and shoot essentially.
Yeah, it's a run and shoot, a little mix of air raid in it. Definitely a little more motion and formation than you would find from like a traditional run and shoot, the June Jones version.
2nd and 1 from their own 34. They keep it on the ground. Goes right up the middle. Floyd Chalk, the 4th, has room into Cougar territory. It's going to be a foot race to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He's into the end zone. A 66-yard touchdown run for Floyd Chalk, the 4th. This is a team that has struggled to run the ball, but San Jose State hits and hits in a big way. Point after pinning, a chance to tie the game.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Jeff Schmedding's going to hate that, all of it. And go one-back formation. You basically have 5 guys in the box with Buda Alukta, and then Jackson Latamua walk down into the box late. He's the one that's got to fit the gap right there on Floyd Chalk, and he just flat missed. Just was not in the right spot to make a tackle.
Kyler Halverson's point after attempt is good. Well, the Cougars had a touchdown drive as we're now tied up at 7-7. It was 13 plays, took 5 minutes and 56 seconds. For San Jose State, 2 plays, 75 yards, 41 seconds. We'll take a timeout, break on the field. Cougs and Spartans tied up, first quarter, 8:20 to go. You're listening to Washington State football from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Cougar Nation, Flight 509, Spokane's newest family entertainment center, invites you to visit them this fall. Located in the Spokane Valley, the 22,000 square foot facility features a laser tag arena, ropes course, arcade, spin zone bumper cars, an epic Ninja Warrior course, mini bowling, and a VR Omni Arena. Now that's a lot of fun. Book your next birthday party or event at flight509.com and mention Go Cougs for 10% off your jet engine passport. No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2024. First quarter here at Giesa Field, 8:20 to play. Both teams on their first drive getting a touchdown out of it. The Cougs, long sustained drive. And Alex, one big run, a 66-yarder for Floyd Chalk, doing the trick for the Spartans.
Good news, bad news for Washington State. The Washington State offense made it look pretty easy on their drive. Bad news is San Jose State offense made it look really easy on their drive, just 2 plays. And getting in the end zone. And, again, San Jose State hasn't been running the football very well at all this year. And that's a piece of the puzzle. You just don't want them to get going because then it creates balance.
This is a San Jose State team that was averaging 1.9 yards per rush coming into this game through 3 matchups this year. Well, that's going to take a pretty good jump forward. Jess, it's really filling in nicely on the student section. Just looking over on the far side, we're looking down in that sea of crimson over on the Cougar sideline. What do you got for us down there?
Well, the crimson that I'm looking at right now is Jihad Woods, former linebacker here and linebackers coach, and the leaders on this team, Captain Kyle Thornton and Buddha Al-Ukta, are discussing that miscommunication right now. Now they have the iPads on the sidelines. They're rewatching that play, and it's a little easier to see that than drawing some X's and O's when you're looking at it in real time, which I am just over the shoulders of the linebackers. Nobody's got to know about that, but they realize it was clearly a miscommunication right now, but they're keeping their heads level. They're just talking it out. Nobody's blaming each other and just figuring out how to do it better next time.
It was a bad enough play that it feels like such an anomaly, right? Hopefully. And to Jess's point, probably just a flat-out miscommunication of somebody being in the wrong gap.
Here's an onside kick from San Jose State. Did it go far enough to recover? Let's see here. And Washington State unable to get it. San Jose State recovers. San Jose State throwing the kitchen sink at things. Alex, how did you see that play unfold?
It looked like it got touched just before the 50-yard line, but again, it's where the ball's at.
Ruling on the field is an onside kick. Recovered by the
player was definitely behind the 50-yard line, but again, if the ball crosses it, I think that's still, that's still that.
Xavion Reese with the recovery, just seeing it. And yes, let's watch it. We got a replay right here to watch it.
Ooh, I don't think he touched it before. Are they going to replay it?
I would think they would have to look at this.
There it is. There it is.
And the play did not go off.
Wait, did San Jose call timeout?
It looked like Ken Niamatalolo was the one running to call a timeout. And
were they running the play clock? They might have been running the play clock, which they shouldn't have been.
The play clock needed to be reset properly. Please set it to 25 seconds. No timeout. First down.
Well, they're not even going to review it, so it must have been that clear.
San Jose State successfully executing an onside kick. And the Coug defense looking for a much better second series than the first. 2 plays, 75 yards for San Jose State. 7-7 tie, 8:19 to play, first quarter. Momentum is shifted here pretty drastically in a short span. Shotgun snap back to Emmett Brown. Play fake, gets rid of it quick. Pass caught, and one Cougar shed by the tight end Jackson Cannon. Cannon gets out to the Cougar 44-yard line. He gets 6 yards on the first down catch.
Cannon had a big game against Air Force. 3 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown where he kind of went over the top. He's a big athletic player that he got inside of Kapena-Gushikin on that play and kind of bodied him up and was able to get a good gain on first down.
Cougs looking to get pressure on Emmett Brown. There's only been 3 plays for the San Jose State offense. Let's see if that defensive line can get good push here. 2nd and 4, snap back to Brown, steps back, 4-man rush, gets rid of it, pass caught. It is going to be enough for the first down. Tackle unable to be made by Jackson Latai Mua. Ended up being Buda Al-Ukta, who was able to force the receiver out of bounds. It was Cannon again, a gain of 8. The sticks move for San Jose State. So good field position here for the Spartans after recovering the onside kick.
San Jose State's offense utilizing that quick passing game right now. So really the defensive line's not going to have a chance to get to Emmett Brown. The ball's coming out too quick. They're going to have to, defensively, the secondary's going to have to tighten up and force some more downfield throws from Emmett Brown.
Pistol formation. Chalk, who had the touchdown run behind Emmett Brown. Snap back, play fake. He will heave it up, attacking it vertically towards the end zone. This ball is out of bounds. Trying to find Nick Nash. That's the name we've heard so much about this week. Nick Nash leads the nation in receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and catches. Had 225 yards, 17 catches, 3 touchdowns last week in the win over Kennesaw State, but that one too far out of his reach. It will be 2nd down.
And that's a matchup we're going to get all night. Man coverage, Kapena-Gushikin matched up on Nick Nash. The hope is that Gushikin's got better speed than Nash, and he can also be physical with him, even though he's not as tall, and hopefully that'll neutralize Nash's big play ability.
Under 7 minutes to play, first quarter here at Giesa Field. 2 undefeated teams, 7-7 tie. San Jose State with the ball at the Washington State 36. Snap back to Brown. Pressure coming. Looks over to his left, and he's able to sling it. Has a man near the sticks who makes the catch. It's the tight end, Jacob Stewart. Good job by Brown. Flushed out to his left, making a tough throw, but he had Stewart right there. That's a gain of 13 and enough for the first down.
And Coug D-line got the pressure that they needed. He brought a blitz from Buda Al-Ukta to create a 5-man rush. Got in, forced Brown out of the pocket, which is exactly what you want, but Ethan O'Connor is 15 yards off, kind of guarding nobody. Got to find the guys in your zone and go attach to him during those scramble drills.
Close, but not quite to the red zone. At the Cougar 23, San Jose State threatening. 7-7 tie. Snap back to Brown. Brown feeling the pressure, gets rid of it, finds the tight end Stewart. Good job again. Yards after the catch for these receivers, specifically the tight ends, as he's able to bully his way for 11, getting it down to the 12-yard line.
Poor tackling so far from Washington State. I would say on 7 out of 8 of these plays, a missed tackle or again a missed read.
And missed tackles, that's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for the Cougars so far. Cougar defense did a nice job of stiffening up, bending but not breaking last week in the Apple Cup victory. Can they do that here? 1st and 10 from the Washington State 12 for San Jose State. Brown takes the snap, pressure coming, gets rid of it, throws towards the end zone, just out of the reach, off of the fingertips of Nick Nash, who has a nation-leading 6 touchdown catches this year. An incompletion.
Good ball from Emmett Brown. Nash had a chance at it, but Stephen Hall was really attached to the hip, making Nash work for it, fight through contact, and that's what you got to do with a big receiver. Nash, 6'3", 195 pounds. He's a former quarterback, so not only is he a good athlete, he knows what he's looking for when he's running routes. He knows what Emmett Brown wants, and that's where that savviness comes in.
San Jose State with the ball in the red zone after successfully executing an onside kick. 7-7 tie. Floyd Chalk IV to the left of Brown. Takes the snap. They give it to Chalk. Chalk tries to make a stutter step. He's brought down. Ball loose. Flags all over. Looks like this will be a face mask penalty on the Cougs. I believe that is Nusi Milani who got a hold of the face mask. And it was. So San Jose State did recover. The ball did come out, but before the ball came out, there were flags all over the field.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense, number 32. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic, first down.
You say 32 would be Tanner Moku.
Yeah, it was Nusi Milani.
But,
Nusi Milani the whole way.
Nusi Milani sets up first and goal for San Jose State. They're at the Cougars 6-yard line. Washington State was up 7-0 after getting the ball to begin the game, putting together a long 13-play drive for a touchdown. But San Jose State, quick touchdown, onside kick, they recover, and here they are knocking on the door.
You mentioned Washington State's bend but don't break. Got to find a way to hold up here in the tight red zone.
Brown puts the tight end Jackson Cannon in motion. Here's the snap. The give to Chalk. Tries to lower his shoulders. Met up at the line of scrimmage, but his body falls forward down to the 3, so got half of what he needed. Looked like it would be maybe a yard gain, but boy, yards after contact. San Jose State doing a great job with that so far.
And Chalk is, he's built a little bit like Jonah Coleman from last week. The UW running back, 5'7", 200 pounds. So he's got that small strike zone when he lowers his pads and gets in front of him. He's hard to bring down, and you've seen him good forward lean right there. Buddha looked to fold it over the top, made good contact, but couldn't slow down the forward lean.
Second and goal from the 3. Nash in motion. They go back to Chalk. Upended, ball's loose. Brown falls on it. The quarterback able to recover it. Good job by the defense. Adrian Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson, tight red zone. He's in, safeties are down in tight. He came through clean, went low that time on Chalk, and that's what made Chalk kind of get upended, like you said, and then fumbled that football.
And recovered by Emmett Brown, the Spartan quarterback, but a loss of 2. Now third and goal from the 5-yard line for San Jose State. Just met a wall of crimson right as he got to the line of scrimmage, and Adrian Wilson right below coming in like a missile. Play clock down to 5, and San Jose State hasn't even broke the huddle. And a timeout will be taken by the Spartans. Stops the clock with 3:48 to go in the first quarter.
First of the half. 30 seconds.
It was a strong start for the Cougs. They get the ball. Alex, we saw them roll the dice. It paid off the gamble. They win for it 4th and 1 inside their own 40. The sticks moved. They got the first down. They put together that long drive. John Mateer got another touchdown run for Mateer. It was his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. But then just 2 plays, all the Spartans needed to get a touchdown. We're in a 7-7 game, and San Jose State, hey, they're coming in here with nothing to lose. They know they're catching the Cougs after an emotional Apple Cup victory. Go with the onside kick. They recover it, catching the Cougs flat-footed, and here they are, 3rd and goal from the 5.
We talked about head coach Ken Niumatalolo. I mean, he's been in some big games. He's had some great teams in Navy, a couple 11-2 seasons, 10 bowl games. I mean, he's not afraid of this moment, and he knows what it takes to win on the road in a hostile environment.
Getting loud here at Giesa Field. Big play, 3rd and goal from the 5. Jabari Bates to the left of Emmett Brown, the former Washington State quarterback, first-year starter for San Jose State. Here's the snap. He will tuck, he will throw near the sticks, and a good tackle is made. It's going to be short of the end zone. A gain of 4, going to set up 4th and goal from the 1. But for Washington State all over, looked like Ethan O'Connor. Alex, jump in as well as who gets credit there. Ethan O'Connor.
Good tackle. Adrian Wilson came over the top, but I mean that's young Ethan O'Connor tackling a tight end out in space. Was well done.
Interesting here. We saw San Jose State, and the ball's down at the 2. San Jose State went for an onside kick here, but with 4th and goal from the 2, they're bringing out their field goal kicker, Kyler Halverson.
Seems a little conservative, left hash in tight too. It's not necessarily an easy kick for a kicker when you're in this tight.
Halverson not known for having great range, pretty accurate short distance. Here's the snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 10-7, San Jose State takes the lead after the chip shot field goal splits the uprights. But if you're the Cougs, Alex, kind of feels like you dodged a bullet, that you're only able to give up a field goal there. You denied them a touchdown.
Really nice job by the Washington State defense holding up in the red zone. Not just the red zone, the tight red zone. You got 1st and goal from basically the 5-yard line, and you force the Spartans into 3 points. That is absolutely a win, all things considering.
We will take a break back at Giesa Field after this. 2:57 to play first quarter. Washington State trailing San Jose State 10-7. This is Cougar football from Learfield.
Hey, Cougar fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Washington State football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Washington State Cougars. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
In sports, they say that practice makes perfect. In the legal field of play, the Cooney Law Offices team has been practicing since 1949. Cooney Law Offices knows how to advance your case, strategically defend, and get you into the end zone when it comes to a personal injury, family law, DUI defense, criminal defense, wills and estates, and employment law. If you've got a legal problem, don't settle for less. Cooney can help. Visit www.jcooney.com. Cooney for Cougs.
Back at Giza Field, Palouse After Dark Friday night edition with Jessamine McIntyre down on the field, Chris King and Alex Brink up here in the booth. Cougs down 10-7. Washington State got the ball, marched down the field, 13 plays, 76 yards. The drive took just under 6 minutes. A John Mateer touchdown run made it 7-0. But 2 plays, that's all San Jose State needed. A 66-yard Floyd Chalk, the 4th TD run, tied it up at 7-7. And San Jose State going with the onside kick. They recovered, got excellent field position, and had it 1st and goal. But on 4th and goal from the 2, Alex, maybe this San Jose State coaching staff saw all they needed to see in last week's Apple Cup, and the stops that the Cougs got there in a similar spot, and they decided to kick the field goal, a 19-yarder. They made it, but it seemed like for San Jose State, after getting that big kind of momentum swing, you recover the onside kick. There was some meat left on the bone on that drive.
Definitely, but at the same time, I think for San Jose State, they also want to come away with points after taking that chance on the onside kick, because if they come away with nothing, then you give Washington State all the momentum back. And at least now, from a San Jose State perspective, you got a lead, you got some good, you feel like you got some good momentum. For the Cougs, look, there's some concerning signs early in this game. Some unforced errors, some penalties on the first offensive drive. Now you overcome it and score a touchdown, which is great. Then the lapse on special teams. I mean, that's one that you should be aware of. 99 out of 100 times you should be aware of onside kick early in the game in a game like this. And then defensively, obviously, some big errors. One on the touchdown run. But then that drive up until inside the 5-yard line, pretty easy going for San Jose State.
Matthias Brown on to kick it off. It is Leighton Smithson and Leon Neal Jr. back to return the kick. Smithson returned the first, didn't quite get it out to the 25. Last year, that 98-yard kickoff return against Colorado. Cougs were able to get good field position thanks to special teams returns between Smithson and Freeman on punts last week. Here's Brown, sends it high into the air. Smithson awaits for it, grabs it a yard deep into the end zone, will bring it out, comes near side to the 10 to the 15, still up on his feet to the 25, sheds a Spartan to the 30, flag thrown, and he's forced out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. The flag was thrown behind San Jose State.
Too bad. Another good return from Leighton Smithson. See if this one's probably coming back based on where it was thrown, even though Smithson was a good 20 yards away from where the flag was.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 10, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
They're not doing a great job of correctly identifying people tonight. Right. There was a face mask they called on Tanner Moku. It should have been on Nusi Milani, and number 10 was who returned the ball there, Leighton Smithson.
Number 21.
Jeez.
So Keith Brown, the transfer linebacker, started out at Oregon, most recently at Louisville, with the holding penalty. So that will push the Cougs back. Instead of being close to the 35, they will be at the 21 to begin this drive. Just the second time we've seen the Cougar offense out on the field. 2:41 to play, first quarter. San Jose State up 10-7 on Washington State.
Sometimes it's hard when you start with the ball and then you don't see it for a long time. So interesting to see how the Cougs come out here.
Here's the snap. Quick screen pass over to Kyle Williams, looking for some blocks. He gets it to the 30, to the 35. Ripped down from behind, but not before he has enough for the first down and a little extra. 16 yards. Jordan Pollard makes the tackle there at 17 tackles in their win over Air Force.
Good read by John Mateer. It's a run-pass option with a screen play. Not enough guys over top of the trips. Easy screen, easy throw and catch for Kyle Williams on that screen to get positive yardage.
Cougs at their own 37. Second play of the drive. Down by 3. Snap, the give. Pressure in the backfield, and Wayshawn Parker dropped for a loss. Getting into the backfield, it is Ethan Powell. Powell takes down Wayshawn Parker for a loss of 3. So the Cougs kind of working off schedule here, 2nd and 13.
Second time Cougs have run that play, and it's been tackled for a loss where the guard and the tackler are pulling on the counter. It's just too slow developing versus this fast attacking San Jose State front. They're able to wrap behind the pulling tackle that time and get behind Christian Hilborn, make the tackle, and Parker in the backfield.
Williams to the left. Now he goes in motion from left to right. Meredith in the slot to the right. Hudson split out wide. Here's the snap. Fake, shoulder fake. Mateer looking deep. Has Hudson. Puts it his direction and overthrows him. Oh, the bait was taken by Robert Rahimi. Hudson was open, but Mateer off the mark on his pass. If he puts that on the numbers, the Cougs are celebrating a touchdown right now.
Yeah, it's a miss right there. Got to put more air under that ball. Hudson's running a post route. They fake the screen to Kyle Williams, the bubble screen coming across the formation. Like you said, got everybody to bite. Hudson's got speed to burn over the top. Ball, I mean, you don't even need to be perfect with that throw. Just throw it up there, give him a chance.
And you see Hudson was waving his hand. He knew he had him. Instead, with the incompletion, makes it 3rd and 13. Empty set, pressure comes. Mateer going to be flushed out, gets rid of it. Pass is going to be, is it caught? That's the question. Trey Shackelford, does he haul it in? He does. Shackelford really had to work to get that ball. It's enough for the first down into San Jose State territory at the 49. 16-yard gain. San Jose State was trying to show incompletion. See if the Cougs can get this off, or this will be looked at further. And San Jose State will call a timeout.
San Jose State, 2nd of the half. 30 seconds.
Curious to get a better look at that replay.
Right. San Jose State sent a blitz on that 3rd and long. Mateer did another nice job, like we've seen, stepping up in the pocket. But still had to kind of throw it off platform. Shackelford was wide open. I mean, nobody around him. Mateer's, again, a little bit off platform, so that ball's low and in front of Shackelford, who went down and got it. We'll see if he actually was able to secure it without the ground.
Jess, how did it look to you down on the sideline?
You know, and on first glance, I actually thought it hit the ground, but that might have been Shackelford's entire bicep that was bouncing that ball into himself. I think that was actually a completion. It was just very hard to tell. I do understand why the refs are taking another look at this, but I think this is a completion.
Trey Shackelford had 2 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown in his debut with the Cougs. The transfer from Austin Peay in the opener against Portland State. No catches since in those last 2 games against Texas Tech and Washington, but he already has 2 here in this game. So no review. This is a catch.
They must have called it in from up top and just said it was good.
Outstanding for Washington State. Shackelford, a heck of a reception there. A first down. The Cougs down 10-7 with it at the San Jose State 49. Here's the snap, the turn, the give to Leo Pulalasi. The Lakes High School product gains 7 off of the right side, and a good pickup on first down.
Good play call into that front from San Jose State. They're bringing a blitz from the boundary. Cougs run to the wide side of the field at Cooper Mathers, the tight end, and just that whole right side of the offensive line collapsed San Jose State down. Pulalasi got a good game.
The snap on 2nd and 3. Mateer looking deep, puts it up. Josh Meredith leaps up in the air, but it's off his fingertips. You could feel that defender for San Jose State nearby. And Malachi Heft, incompletion. Meredith looked like he might have had a chance at that one.
No, not just had a chance. That's a flat drop from Josh Meredith, who's coming off a big week last week against the Dogs. He's got to have that one for sure. Mateer put that in, that hole between the safety and the corner, right where you want it. Meredith's kind of running a wheel route down the sideline. Got to have that one. It's a shot play on second and short, because this is for sure 4-down territory for Jake Dickert.
Cougs have it 3rd and 3 from the San Jose State 42. Here's a pitch out, goes to Pulalasi, looking for the extra block, gets it, and falls forward. Initial contact would have put him a yard short, but is able to sprawl ahead, gains an extra 1.5 yards. It will be a pickup of 4, and that will be a Washington State first down as we are getting near the end of this first quarter. Matier snaps his hands. No snap coming, though. Looking over to the sideline. Cougs can take this to the end of the first quarter if they choose. Game clock, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Matier goes up to Kalani, now back, 2 seconds, 1, and that will do it for the first quarter. Cougar Nation, a reminder, each time you bring your Toyota vehicle to be serviced at a local and participating Toyota dealership, you can receive a premium Washington State giveaway item as a member of the Toyota Rewards Program. Stay tuned for more information on how to become a Rewards Program member. Cougs head to the second quarter, looking to take back the lead. Washington State trails San Jose State 10-7. More from Giesa Field after this. You're listening to Cougar Football from Learfield.
Nothing works up an appetite like cheering for your Cougs on game day. So why not cheer them on at Northern Quest with an impressive roster of restaurants and lounges? You can tackle the menu at Epic and catch every play on the 10 by 30-foot screen. Or grab a steak at Maslow's, a fine cigar at Legends of Fire, even a burger from Fat Burger. You know, for your inner linebacker. See more at northernquest.com. Go Cougs!
Are you interested in your company reaching Coug fans in and out of game day? As the multimedia rights holder for Washington State Athletics, Washington State Sports Properties helps companies and organizations connect themselves to Cougar Athletics in unique and exciting ways. Whether it's creating brand awareness, driving product sales, or entertaining employees or clients, Washington State Sports Properties has the resources to help your business achieve its marketing goals. Reach out to Washington State Sports Properties to learn more about what sponsoring the Cougs can look like for you.
Cougs trailing 10-7 here at Giesa Field as we start the second quarter. For those just tuning in, Washington State got the ball to begin the game, put together a long, sustained touchdown drive, 13 plays, 76 yards, 5 minutes, 56 seconds. But on just 2 plays, a big 60-plus yard run for San Jose State, they countered, got a touchdown of their own, tied up the game, then attempted an onside kick that they recovered, and they got it all the way down to the 2-yard line. 4th and goal from the 2. They settled for the 19-yard field goal. Let's see here. The video playing up on this video board here at Giesa Field. If we will see the stop in Seattle, if that was a special edition. Alex, what do you think?
Got to. This top will come off this place.
Well, there's Alex right there.
That's not the one we want.
We're all just sort of on the edge of our seats. Did it get in? Did they get in the Kyle Thornton stop? As you said, this place will go bonkers. Here we go. We saw the Kyle Thornton stop. We saw the trophy being hoisted by Jake Dickard and by Kyle Thornton as well. So not that this crowd needed an extra jolt in the arm.
People love it.
But that is that's throwing red meat to this Cougar crowd here at Giesa Field. Alex, the offense, when they've been out on the field, they've been able to move the ball. Kind of the biggest thing right now that's concerning is the Cougar defense. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's 100% fair. I mean, some of the same things we've talked about through the first 3 weeks. Some poor tackling at times, some bad eyes. Also, just it doesn't look very aggressive, right? And that's the question for, say, Jeff Schmedding in game, kind of as you're having these conversations. Are you going to just sit back and show an easy picture to Emmett Brown, or are you going to get up? Are you going to blitz a little bit? Are you going to make things look different for him? Now, that comes with some risk, right? That might open you up to some big plays. But right now, Emmett Brown, when he's on the field, looks really comfortable against this Washington State defense, just kind of picking them apart when you're showing them base coverage.
Jake Dickard talked about Emmett Brown, the former Cougar quarterback room last year. Cam Ward, John Matier, Emmett Brown, saying he's extremely accurate, throws a great deep ball. He said he has the quickest release of Emmett Brown, John Matier, and Cam Ward, and he has had that time to work with. Cougs, though, as we start this second quarter with the ball, it is first down in San Jose State territory at the Spartans' 38-yard line. Cougs have been really good on those critical downs. Washington State 3 of 4 on 3rd down, 1 of 1 on 4th down. Wayshawn Parker to the left to John Mateer. Snap back. Mateer, 3-step drop. Still with time. Now we'll get rid of it. Puts it up towards the end zone looking for Hudson, who can't make the catch. Just a bit too much mustard on it. He had Hudson as it skims off his fingertips and incompletion.
Second time John Mateer's had Hudson. This is a little different. He's kind of working up in the pocket. Definitely rushed a little bit. It's not in rhythm. It's not on time. But that ball just too far for Chris Hudson. Hudson almost made a spectacular play, but again, you're seeing number one get open downfield. It shows the speed he has. Him and Mateer got to find a way to connect.
Mateer kind of hit from behind right as he threw that ball. Hudson really went off in his Cougar debut against Portland State at over 100 receiving yards. Been a little quieter since, but as you said, Alex, he's been open a couple of times in this game. Cougs haven't been able to capitalize. 2nd and 10. Mateer turns, hands the ball into the paws of Leo Pulalasi, lowers his shoulders and gets the first down. He had 9 right away, but there were about 5 Spartans right there as it's Wayshawn Parker instead. So Parker, the talented freshman, is able to punch it through enough for the first down. He gets 11.
They kind of run alike, though. When they're in the open field, they got those long strides and they one cut and go for sure. Wayshawn Parker, boy, gosh, I just can't get over for a freshman how physical he is as a back and confident of a runner as he is. I mean, when he sees a hole, he goes.
Start of the second quarter, Cougs trailing by 3. Washington State looking to change that. 1st and 10 at the Spartan 28. They go right back to Parker, feeding him. Met on the edge. There to lead the host of Spartans is Malachi Heft, the transfer from the College of San Mateo. Parker is able to get 3 yards on the first down run.
Yeah, and Cougs in the run game right now, San Jose State plays this odd front. That means they typically have 3 down linemen anchored by Seone Toe. He is a load. He is the guy. 6 foot 278, second team All Mountain West last year. And when you run inside, he eats it up. But the outside runs right now for Washington State, the stretch plays are really what's hitting, and you'd like to see Ben Arbuckle get into that.
Trips to the left of Mateer. Pump fake on the screen. Goes over the middle to Hudson. The C's part, and he is tackled inside the 5, but a flag thrown near the line of scrimmage, near sideline as well.
They're going to get Washington State for linemen downfield here, and that's really on Chris Hudson because Hudson is running the screen, and he ducks in front of the line of scrimmage instead of staying behind it on the screen play.
Ineligible player downfield offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Yeah, and it gets called on the line. It's not the lineman's fault. Again, like as a receiver, as a back, you have to know that you got to be behind the line of scrimmage on those screen plays. They're faking kind of a outside swing pass to Leo Pulalasi to try and get everybody to expand out, and then Hudson slipping in. It's a slip screen inside from the slot. Great play call and really well executed. Like it was the right idea, but just that little bit, that extra yard where you're in front of the line of scrimmage is going to get called every time.
The 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 12 for the Cougars, pushes them back to the San Jose State 30. Cougs trail by 3. Snap to Mateer, flushed out to his left. Will heave it up towards the end zone as Kyle Williams makes the catch at the 2, where he's forced out of bounds. Gets a big chunk though. The Cougs pick up 28. It's 1st and goal from the 2. Washington State looking to take back the lead.
Really nice play call right there. Kind of a design sprint out, and Kyle Williams is running a post corner.
Snap, the give to Parker, met up and dropped in the backfield. It is Jordan Pollard, preseason All Mountain West selection, 17 tackles against Air Force 2 weeks ago. 2-yard loss.
Previous play, Kyle Williams runs a great route on the post corner, and Mateer delivers it, and then you get inside the 5, and you're trying to run in the interior of that line for San Jose State, which is a strength, and the linebackers, like you mentioned, Pollard's super productive linebacker, and he knifes in there right away and gets Parker to the ground.
2-yard loss brings up 2nd and goal from the 4 for the Cougs, who trail by 3. Second quarter, 12:20 and ticking to go. The snap, the give to Dylan Payne. No, he keeps it. It's a screen pass near side, try to battle for more yardage as Hudson. Cougs going east to west. Ball stripped loose, but the play was blown dead. But for Washington State, they had it 1st and goal from the 2. It's going to go down as no gain, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 4.
It's kind of a triple option designed. You got the option to hand it off to Dylan Payne inside. John Mateer pulls it. Now he's the second option to run it.
3rd down.
And then if everybody comes to him, he can flip it outside to Hudson, who's the 3rd option, which he does. It's the right idea. You get in the red zone, you just got those safeties down, you got everybody down low. There's less space, right? So it's just harder to run those types of plays. that gets strung out.
Trips to the left of Mateer. Here's the snap. Rolls out to his left. And he will tuck and flip it up in the air. Dangerous, but Cooper Mathers pulls it in. First catch of the season is a touchdown for Mathers. But there is a penalty marker down right at the 5-yard line. So the fireworks go off. Let's see if the celebration will continue or if this gets wiped off the board. If it stands, the Cougs take the lead 13-7 point after pending.
It's in the area of a chop block, but I felt like the defender fell down. Yeah, I think they're going to get the backside of that offensive line for Washington State.
This has not been the smoothest start to a game for the Cougs in any way.
After the play, personal foul, striking, offense number 61. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. We will now complete the try.
Yeah, Hilborn laid down. The defender did fall down, and then Hilborn, as offensive linemen do sometimes, feel like they need to finish, quote unquote, the block, and he finished the block on top of the defender on the ground, and so they're getting him for a late hit.
How about that for Cooper Mathers? 21 catches last year, none so far this year. John Mateer rolling out to his left. Looked like he was going to run, flips it up for Mathers, leaves his feet when he caught the ball, and stomped both of his cleats on the crimson end zone. Cooper Mathers, the O'Day High School product, Seattle native, puts the Cougs on top. Here's Dean Janikowski. His point after attempt is good. 14-10. Cougs take the lead.
Yeah, I don't recommend that often from John Mateer, but boy, was that an instinctive play he made. Kind of Patrick Mahomes-esque, right? He gets the defenders to commit to him as he's running towards the end zone, and then he just flips it underhand over the top. And really, that was, like you said, Cooper Mathers made a fantastic play, extending and getting his feet down. 2 long drives. The Cougs have had 2 offensive possessions. The first drive, 13 plays. This drive, 14 plays. Both over 5 minutes. Cougs get the touchdown, up 14-10. 11:31 to play. First half here at Giesa Field. We'll return after this. You're listening to Washington State football from Learfield.
Hello, I'm Mike McVeigh from McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows, and also an alumni from WSU, the best college in the state. Go Cougs! And for over 65 years, I believe our competitive edge has been selling the very best roofing, siding, and windows made at a great price with the best team of professionals installing it. And during our anniversary sale, we're offering 10% off your next project up to $3,000. So give us a call today at McVeigh Brothers. We're always working for you.
Get game day ready at Rosars. Rosars is a proud sponsor of WSU Athletics and your headquarters for keeping snacks stocked up for game time. You'll find the largest craft beer selection, local and imported wines, and all the makings for your favorite cocktails. And while you're there, stock up on your favorite deli snacks, pizza, rotisserie chickens, and ribs. Don't just watch the game, experience it with your favorite game time foods. Get game day ready at Rosars.
This day in Cougar football history is brought to you by Legends Casino Hotel. On this day in 2003, the 24th-ranked Cougs beat New Mexico 23-13 at home to improve to 3-1 on the season. While the team struggled to find the end zone, kicker Drew Dunning stepped up and had a record-setting day, hitting 5 field goals in the win over the Lobos. Legends Casino Hotel. Fun is how we roll. Back here at Giesa Field, the Cougs having some fun on that last drive. Cooper Mathers, a touchdown reception. It is family weekend. Student section's packed for a Friday night. Good turnout here. 11:31 to play. First half, 14-10. Washington State leading San Jose State in this matchup of 2 undefeated teams.
You know what's jumping out to me right now, Chris? I'm kind of looking at the stat sheet, and offensively, some really good things. Remember last week, the penalty issue for the Washington Huskies? Well, guess who's got the penalty issue now? Cougs. 6 penalties, 47 yards. San Jose State, 0 penalties so far in this game. Again, just really choppy, really inconsistent, a little undisciplined right now from Washington State. You can't have it, again, because you're letting a good team, a well-coached team, hang around and give them confidence. And now, with that penalty after the touchdown, you're going to have San Jose State's going to have good field position, a short field.
and it is Dean Janikowski. So he's doing everything. We haven't seen him punt, but he's been the punter, and Dean Janikowski will be handling the kickoffs here. He is at the 20-yard line. Jabari Bates back somewhat deep at the 10. Janikowski steps up, kicks this ball to the 13. That's where Bates will bring it back to the 25, to the 30. Still up on his feet, cuts near side, tackled from behind. And that penalty, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on offensive lineman Christian Hilborn, proves to be costly. Neon Neal Jr. tackling Bates, but this is going to be outstanding field position close to midfield at the San Jose State 42 is where they will take over. And Jess, right now we'll head down to you on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, exactly what you were talking about before kickoff is cleaning up those penalties. Jerry Castor was offensive line coach, I should mention, was talking about exactly that. Got to clean those things up, and that is going to be a point of emphasis on their next drive.
Yeah, work in progress to say the least for the Cougs tonight, but they do have the 4-point lead. Emmett Brown and the Spartans offense out on the field. They hand it off. Lots of pressure, lots of Cougs in the backfield. Jabari Bates squirts loose, but only to get to the 45. He gains 3. Appeared like he was destined to be dropped for a loss, but was able to wiggle out of it.
Andrew Edson came right in, picking up right where he left off from last week, knifing inside, made contact in the backfield, but was with Bates, but wasn't able to get him down, and Bates able to fall forward for a couple of yards.
Emmett Brown, 2nd and 7 now from their own 45. Shotgun snap, shoulder high, pressure coming, gets it out quickly. Pass caught. Nick Nash, who has been somewhat quiet in this game, will make the reception in Coug territory at the 49. He gets 6, leaving San Jose State 1 yard short.
Staple of that run and shoot, spread and shred offense, little half roll to throw a quick out route, just get an easy completion for Emmett Brown.
3rd and 1, looked like there was movement, and no flags. Dropped in the backfield, though. It is Jabari Bates. Oh, that seemed to be a false start, but there were no flags thrown. The Cougs, though, getting a good jump. And Kyle Thornton and company dropping Bates for a loss back into their own territory. Be a loss of 3, 4th and 4 now for the Spartans.
That was definitely a false start, first of all, but played in the Cougs' favor. David Gusta and Andrew Edson on the right side of the defensive line were able to get good push on the left side of the defensive line, which was the one that was laid off the ball for San Jose State, and get Bates in the backfield. Edson, again, showing up in a big way, forcing the punt.
How about this? So they had it. Great field position, the 42, and now they will be forced to punt here.
Yeah, and they're going to be
Bleslijic out to attempt the punt.
And they took too long to make that decision. Unless they got a timeout off, play clock ran down.
The Spartans only have one more timeout left. First half, 9:46 to play. Cougs up on San Jose State 14-10.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down. The clock will start on the snap.
Yeah, and that kind of, I was thinking, there's a potential for a fake on that right there. Run the punt unit out late, see if you can catch him. Cougs had the defense on the field, which is good. Then you take that delay of game. Now it's pretty much for sure a punt. So now you can get your actual punt return unit on. Hopefully get some good field position out of this.
San Jose State's been rotating between 2 punters this year. Dino Bleslijic on to punt this one. He gets off a high punt. Tony Freeman at the 15 makes the catch and will be dropped immediately. So no opportunity for a return. San Jose State with the special teams tackle coming from Michael Dansby.
Timeout on the field.
43-yard punt. Timeout on the field. We will take a break ourselves. Giesa Field, Friday night. Palouse after dark. Lights are on in full effect. Washington State, the offense going to trot out on the field when we return. Cougs up on the Spartans 14-10. This is Washington State football from Learfield.
Whenever I see somebody purchasing something with their WSU card, I always like to give them a go Cougs. It brings me back to when I was in Pullman.
From the rolling hills of the Palouse to keys jingling before every kickoff, there's something special about being a Coug. That's why BECU created the WSU credit and debit cards. It's just one more way to show pride for a place we all call home. Grab your WSU card today. BECU, power in people. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Call 800-233-2328 for details about credit costs and terms. Federally insured by NCUA. Member compensated for participation.
In sports, they say that practice makes perfect. In the legal field of play, the Cooney Law Offices team has been practicing since 1949. Cooney Law Offices knows how to advance your case, strategically defend, and get you into the end zone when it comes to a personal injury, family law, DUI defense, criminal defense, wills and estates, and employment law. If you've got a legal problem, Don't settle for less. Cooney can help. Visit www.jcooney.com. Cooney for Cougs.
Back at Giesa Field, along with Alex Brink in the booth, Chris King joining you. 14-10, Washington State up on San Jose State. First half, 9:38 to play. Jessamine McIntyre down on the sideline. Jess, one of the storylines from this one has been, hey, we've heard from Coach Jake Dickert this week that Fa'alili Fa'amoe might be making his return. What do you see down there on that front?
Well, he's certainly keeping warm. He is in every single offensive line huddle. I've seen Jared Castor talking to him, pumping him up. He is well in tune with what's going on. I'd expect to see him in this series. The plan was to work him back slowly. So, didn't necessarily start. Wanted him to be extremely healthy by the time he saw the field. And I think we're going to see it tonight.
It will be really interesting to track when he does come in what that means for the shift on the offensive line, because it has been a consistent offensive line combination through those first 3 games. He will come in at right tackle. That's where Christian Hilborn has been filling in for him. Fa'alili Fa'amoe, named to the Outland Award watch list going into the year, the anchor of the offensive line. Jake Dickert has described him as one of the best right tackles in the country. But big number 79, he's down in the huddle right now, and as Jess pointed out, Alex, the signs are pointing to that he's ready to make his season debut.
And you alluded to the fact of what do you do with Hilborn and Brock Dew, right? Because Hilborn can play right guard, has played a lot of it in his career. But Dew's been playing really well in his own right this year, so who's got to come off the field? The great part about offensive linemen is they've got the most team-first mentality of anybody on the roster, so they're going to support whoever's in or out. The question I wonder is if Fa'amoe is out on the field, which he looks like he is at right tackle, do you go to him right away, right? Do you run the stretch play to him, see if he can get some hands on some people and bang the helmets?
Lili is out there. Fa'alili Fa'amoe is out at right tackle, and it is Christian Hilborn who is out of the game. The rest of the offensive line stays the same. Cougs, after the punt, start this possession at their own 15. Both offensive drives so far have ended in touchdowns. Both have been long drives. 14-10, Washington State on top of San Jose State. Here's the snap, the give up the gut to Wayshawn Parker. Not a lot there. Able to get 2 yards on the first down carry.
Inside run again. Lili did get to put his face mask on somebody. Did okay on Malachi Heft, the outside linebacker, but that run to the kind of right over the center, Devin Kalani on the left side of the offensive line, Rod Tia-Leve, not able to get movement on those big defensive tackles for San Jose State.
Update on John Mateer's passing number, 7 of 11, 100 yards on the nose and a touchdown. Here's the snap, 2nd and 8. Mateer on corks, has Williams, makes the catch near the 40, stutter step, makes a Spartan miss, still up on his feet, fights his way out to the 42-yard line. Plenty for the first down. It's a 25-yard pitch and catch between Mateer and Williams.
Big play-action pass to run what we call scissors. That's a post route on the outside by Trey Shackelford, and then Kyle Williams running a sloppy corner to the outside, and Mateer delivered that ball perfectly into the open zone near the sideline. Big play on 2nd down, and a lot of chunk plays available. We've seen Mateer miss a couple big post routes to Chris Hudson, but a lot of space downfield for the pass game.
Cougs up by 4. Here's the snap, the give to Parker looking for the edge, and he is going to be upended. Caught on the outside by Quincy Licchio. It will be a loss of 1 yard for Wayshawn Parker.
Yeah, I really think Washington State's got to commit to taking the top off, because Licchio is a safety. He's down in the box. You're seeing the safeties lined up at 10, 12 yards. They're playing what we call quarters, cover 4, kind of match defense, where they're coming up tight, and the safeties are in run support, because I really think that Derek Odom doesn't think his front can hold up on their own against this Washington State running attack, so he's bringing safeties down. That's a time to go up top.
Cougs at their own 41, 2nd and 11. Snap back to Mateer, play fake, has a man in his face, rolls out to his right, gets rid of the ball, but it will be out of the reach of Trey Shackelford as it sails incomplete to the San Jose State sideline. 3rd and long coming up for the Cougs. They are 4-5 on 3rd down in this game.
Play action boot pass right there. Really just trying to get a one receiver option on the comeback. Well defended, plus pressure made Mateer throw it earlier than he wanted. Probably did the right thing to throw that ball out of bounds as the defender was closing in.
Chris Hudson, Tony Freeman to the right, Josh Meredith in the slot to the left. Split out to the left near the Cougar sideline is Kyle Williams. Cougs with it, 3rd and 11 at their own 41. Snap to Mateer. 5-man pressure. Mateer slings the ball, finds Meredith, enough for the first down. That was a BB and hauled in by Meredith, right hip level. He gets into Spartan territory to the 44. The Cougs get 15 and are now 5 of 6 converting on third down.
And here are the nuances of the game. Leo Pulasi runs fast to the flat. He pulls the flat defender out, and that's what allowed Meredith to have the opening on that curl route.
Cougs with tempo. Mateer unloads towards the end zone looking for Hudson, and he overthrows his intended target. An incompletion, but Washington State, another time there, attacking things vertically.
Man, I don't mind that. They're going to get a chance. First down, take a shot with Chris Hudson, keep pressuring those corners and safeties for San Jose State and make them feel that vertical presence. Opens up those throws like you just saw to Josh Meredith on third down, where Meredith's running vertical, pushes the guy off, and then sits down in an open zone.
Brandon Ganesha-Morthy in the game, split out wide to the right. He's known for his speed. Here's the snap. It is a fake, and a pass is caught. Trey Shackelford over the middle makes 2 Spartans miss into the red zone before he's finally ripped down at the 17. Trey Shackelford, what a game he is having. 4 catches for him, now 57 yards, 27-yard pickup there for the first-year Coug transfer from Austin Peay.
Same play we saw Trey Shackelford score on in week 1 against Portland State. Fake the inside zone and throw the quick post route to Shackelford behind the defense. And just like against Portland State, he breaks a tackle. This time he can't split it, but he picks up extra yardage.
Ganesha-Morthy remains in the game to the right. 2 tight ends, Billy Revere and Cooper Mathers. Pistol formation, Wayshawn Parker behind John Mateer. 1st and 10 from the 17. He turns, gives to Parker, gets some space and starts to rumble close to the first down. He's inside the 10. All depends on the spot. They'll mark him a yard shy. Parker gets 9 yards there, 11 carries, just over 40 yards for Wayshawn Parker.
And that's that outside zone again from Pistol. Pistol is where Wayshawn Parker's directly behind John Mateer. Those plays hit downhill a little faster, and for a back like Wayshawn Parker, especially against this stout front for San Jose, I think it's a better fit. You see him get to the second level, and you know what I love about Parker? Finishes runs. He goes low with his pads. He delivers the hit to the safety.
Cougs in the Rose Hours red zone. 2nd and 1 for Washington State. Empty set, looking to grow the 4-point lead. The snap, Mateer under pressure, gets rid of it, and fights again. Cooper Mathers had no catches entering today. He's got 2 tonight, and both have been touchdowns. This one an 8-yarder, and that lead does grow for Washington State. 20-10 Cougs, point after pending.
Talk about being on the same page with each other. Cooper Mathers, John Mateer, you get a blitz from the middle linebacker, and Mathers runs a perfect slant route to replace the blitzing linebacker. Mateer sees it the whole way and delivers it right on the numbers. That's about as well executed a touchdown play as you will get.
Dean Janikowski on to attempt the point after. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. 21-10 Washington State with the lead. Second quarter, 5:51 to go. Well, when life gets real, start at Kohl's, where we've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. Cooper Mathers, last year, 21 receptions, 251 yards, and a touchdown in 10 games. He had a catch in every game that he played, was injured, didn't play against Arizona and UCLA. He was missed. No catches through the first 3 games, but what a way to make an impact through the air in this one. 2 touchdown catches for Mathers, the senior tight end out of O'Day High School, the Seattle native. We'll step aside. Timeout here from Giesa Field. 5:41 to play, first half. Cougs an 11-point lead. This is Washington State football from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Get your home turf ready to play with the game-changing performance of Steel. Enjoy big savings this fall on Steel handheld outdoor power equipment. Find yours at over 10,000 local Steel dealers. Steel is a proud supporter of your Washington State Cougars. Real Steel. Find yours.
When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app. Available for both Apple and Android. Listen to college sports live like all of our Cougar broadcasts with the Varsity Network app. Gorgeous night here on the Palouse and a really good crowd here. Family night at Giesa Field. Friday night for family night. So you got the full weekend to celebrate and all the parents coming to town hoping they have a Cougar victory to savor the rest of the weekend. Right now, 21-10 the score. Washington State has had 3 offensive possessions. There's 5:41 to go in the first half. And Alex, all 3 of those possessions have ended with the Cougs getting a touchdown.
Cougar offense looks really good, really crisp. John Mateer operating from inside the pocket. He's missed a couple big ones, but look, downfield throws, big post routes, things like that, those are low percentage throws. So, it happens. You miss them sometimes. What I'm more impressed with is this third down number. 5 of 6 on third down, and not easy third downs. Third and longs that they've converted, throwing the football. Then you got the 4th and 1, and you obviously convert. I feel like the offense has really executed well. At times they've run the ball on first down and gotten caught behind the sticks, but then they're able to execute on second and or third down. So in that sense, really efficient, both running the football and throwing the football. Some different players showing up. Obviously, Cooper Mathers with 2 touchdowns, but you've got Trey Shackelford with 3 catches for 57 yards. Kyle Williams is showing up again after being quiet last week. Offense